All right, fight fans, we are here at the T-Mobile Arena, a couple days away from what, in my opinion, is the best fight in the last 20 years with former world champ, the only man ever, the first man to beat Superman himself, our guy, Antonio Tarver. Look, thanks for joining us. What type of jitters are you getting, like, as a fight fan, like being here, watching that press conference? It got a little out of hand, like, what are you feeling like inside?
I'm a little nervous, man. I can feel the tension in the air coming from both camps. You know, you heard them back and forth. They all are into it. Everybody in the building sold out for this fight.
But do you like that when it gets that far, or do you think that's good for the promotion, or did they go too far?
As fighters, we can't control everything. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you want to be able to have your team act accordingly, knowing that, hey, it might be a hostile situation, but it's important for all of us to stay cool, calm, and collected, because we're here for one reason. That's for the fight. You feel me? So both of the camps got a little anxious, but it's expected. They see their guy up there, and they see my man going at, both of the trainers going at each other. So they all feel like they're invested in this fight, as well as they are. You know, you've been rooting and been loyal to your guy. So yes, it's personal. These guys taking it personal.
That's a good point, but I always look at it like they're the only ones making the money. Everybody else just stay out of it. But what was going through your mind, T, when you saw the trainers who never disrespected each other, who had a lot of respect for each other, when they started going at it? What was going through your mind?
Hey man, it's serious business. They understand that it's a lot at stake. You know what I mean? And for the winner goes the spoils. You know what I mean? For the winner goes the spoils. And they talking about the pound for pound. This could be the face of boxing we talking about for the next couple of years. You're talking about undisputed champion with all those big names that they can just continue to build their brand and their resume. And either one of these fighters is going to be a pay-per-view type fighter from this point on. So yeah, boxing 2023, and I think we have one man to thank for that. That's Al Heyman, man, at PBC, for making 2023 one of the hottest years in boxing, man. And that signing of Canelo, checkmate, man. That's big for them, man.
And credit to both the fighters that agreed, you know, to fight each other. Now, a lot of people were worried about this fight not living up to the Tank Ryan fight in terms of numbers, right? Pay-per-view numbers. Like, these guys aren't mainstream yet. But I'm hearing a lot of people that normally don't talk about boxing talk about this fight. Are we kind of being misled? Do you think that this fight is going to do big numbers?
I think it's going to do big numbers because it's marinated. I mean, this has been on boxing fans' minds for a long time.
That's true.
You feel me? Sort of like when they put that Mayweather and Pacquiao. You know, we knew it probably was a little late, but that was a moment in time that nobody could miss.
That's right.
And I think when you're looking at the undisputed welterweight champion, four-belt era, and this is the first time, all those great welterweights we've had over the time, this is the first time. So this guy is going to be crowned pretty much pound for pound and could be the face of boxing after this fight, depending on how this fight goes.
I've heard you give me some predictions, but can you do it on our show? Who's going to win Saturday night?
I wish I knew who was going to win. I'll bet the house on it, man. We never know who's going to win, but we do have our indication. I just, like I said, I don't want to switch mid-stride. I've always been a fan of Bud Crawford. And to see him come to this level and get Errol Spence, I mean, it would be crazy for me to just switch sides. But, man, I'm nervous about the fight. I've never been this nervous about a pick in a long time, and that's because Errol Spence have all the intangibles. I mean, size, reach, he has all the intangibles when you look at his heart. But I'm telling you, he may have to have another game plan, because if you can't break Terence Crawford, and I also want to say this, both of these guys have eluded death to be here Saturday night. Terence got shot in the head, and we know what happened to Errol Spence. They were destined for one another, bro. They was destined for one another. If you shoot a guy in the head and you don't break him, it might be hard to break that kid.
In the ring, no doubt. Well, listen, look, before we get out of here, does the fight go the distance? Can you at least say?
I don't think it goes the distance, because both of these guys are just too dangerous. Can you imagine if Bud get hurt? You think Errol ain't gonna finish? And we know Bud is one of the best finishers in the game. Errol can't afford to have lapses in the fight, which we've seen him have lapses before. He can't afford that against Bud Crawford.
And there he goes, the magic man himself. You don't want to miss this one.